Hi, my name is Ayush Kishore. I train full-time at Celsius Tennis Academy. I don't take this opportunity for granted. Every day I try my best to improve my game so I can be a professional player. I want to show you how I train and take you on my journey.
Hey guys, welcome back, day 12. Today we're going to work on patterns. So the best way to train patterns is to have them in the start and the end of the point. When you're in control, especially with your serves, on your service games, it's easy to train certain targets that you feel comfortable going after with your serve and then training the first response after that, the second ball. Similarly, if you get an easy response towards the end of the point where you've already structured the point well enough to get a short ball, you can also play the best patterns that suit your game to finish the point. So the last few days we've done a lot of work on coming in and on playing certain patterns on the high volleys, on the lower volleys, going deep and so forth. Today I'd like to work on how he can best start the point. Particularly we're going to work on kick serve and the first shot after. And the reason we're going to work on the kick serve as opposed to the first serve is because if you're hitting a big first serve or a nice slice going wide, you expect an easier response, and it immediately takes you into the finishing point pattern, where you basically just put the ball in the open court, come in, and hopefully look for an easy volley to put away. But if you end up missing that first serve and you have to rely on the second serve, I want to focus a little bit on that. If the serve is not big enough, maybe the person attacks a certain target, and are you ready to deal with that shot? If it is a pretty high kick and the person kind of just floats the ball back and it's mid-court, then what are you going to do in response to that? So we're going to come up with a couple of different scenarios for Ayush that have to deal with his kick serve and the first shot after that. Obviously, to be able to build a good kick serve pattern, the first thing we got to do is make sure that he has good technique for the kick serve. So the basics are, you toss a little bit further back, not too far. You don't want to put too much pressure on your back. And it's also not good for control to have it too far back, but comfortably back here. I like to have my players turn the grip just slightly towards the backhand side more, and then get a motion from right to left and have a lot of racket head speed and jump in while you're serving. So we're just going to try to incorporate all of those things. He already has a pretty decent kick serve, as you'll see. Again. Beautiful. You can see that nice motion going up and then coming all the way to the side. A lot of players tend to just kind of shorten that motion and don't go all the way through, but he's got a pretty solid grasp of how to hit that kick serve. Now the idea is, once you're serving good, I want him to have the motion exactly the same and then do either a kick out wide or one down the tee without me really knowing. See what happened there? He hit two really nice kick serves over there. Of course, the player is going to think that they have to guard the backhand and they're going to start cheating a little bit more towards that side, and then he hits a big slice serve over here which they have no idea was coming. You could even use this as a first serve. Most of the time, obviously, you want to go down the tee and kind of have the ball up on the opponent's backhand side, but the idea is to hit a couple of really nice tee serves and then have the same motion and then hit the ball out wide, whether it's a kick or a slice. Yeah, and now go out wide. Guys, this is a really good pattern to work on. We're gonna go kick out wide, and we're gonna look for a short ball or kind of like a floating ball mid-court to attack on the open court. In the event that the kick wasn't a great one and they really came in and drilled the ball down the line with their backhand, I want Ayush to be prepared for that situation as well. So he's going to continue to kick onto the backhand side, and then he's going to have to run and hit a running forehand back cross court. Guys, now we're going to have Ayush kind of sneak in with a serve and volley. On big points, this is a really good play, because if he could just serve and come in Once in a while, when the opponent isn't expecting it, the opponent's return pattern is going to be one for a player staying back. So they're going to basically hit heavy, high, and try to hit a deep return. But that's going to play perfectly into Ayush's easy high volley. So if he can mix it up at the most unexpected times and come in behind that huge kick second serve that's coming up here, and the other player's trying to get the ball back deep, is going to be an easy floating volley for Ayush. So even though we're working on a set pattern that works best for Ayush on his kick serve and the first shot after that, it's important to know that you should probably mix up the serves, both in terms of the direction, the pace, the bounce, the best you can during matches. If you have an opponent that has a glaring weakness and you want to go after that and try to get easy responses most of the time, that's a different story. But in high performance, where players are at a pretty good level and they don't have something that's going to break down completely, it's important to kind of give them different looks on your serve. The same goes for mixing up the first serves. A lot of times players just respect the first serve a lot more. You can make an average first serve, you can make a basic slice serve, and they won't go for anything big on it. But if you make a very nice second serve, they're still trying to attack it, because in their minds, a second serve is supposed to be weaker. So these are some of the things that a thinking player takes into consideration when they're competing.
No matter how challenging it gets, I'll never quit. I'll see you tomorrow.